Check 1, 2. Nope, I think I'm still muted. I don't hear it in my headphones.
I don't hear nothing.
Flip that on.
Flip what?
Right there, in the front.
Oh. What'd I do?
There you go.
Oh, see, it's been a long time since we had technical difficulties. I don't even get pissed.
The mic was on.
I know. I don't even get pissed off anymore.
I know.
Whose bad idea was it to shut that button down? Yep.
No, not mine. I purposely don't shut it off.
I don't shut anything off. Yeah, we didn't shut that switcher off the other night. Should we shut that off or let it go?
I shut this
Yeah, no, it was glowing. Glowing. Kind of like Mika. Glowing.
I'm not glowing.
Well, yeah, you are with that short hair.
Not at all. I'm actually,
You and the husband are all good. You know what I mean? You get that summer, you get that 40 birthday party. And you said, you weren't playing around, man. You said you were embracing 40. And you have. And you look it.
I'm
And
listen,
I'm
I'm not
proud of
glowing.
you.
I'm tired.
How's that new job? You're living with some
It's
country
good.
folks
Listen,
now, huh?
I'm in uppity Countryville. Like there's so many different types of people. Like
Are you in Trumpville?
I am.
Hey.
You
Watch
know,
out for pickup trucks with 10
flags.
American flags on
I
it.
was in front of one today on the way home, and it was like this big orange truck, and it had like 2 American flags and
Yeah, Black Lives
Drought
Matter. I mean, Blue Lives Matter.
Drought 2020.
Don't forget
Yeah.
the Blue Lives Matter.
Listen, those are all up and down.
White male, 55, 40 pounds overweight, bearded. Right? Right? I mean, that's the
Overall,
that's
though,
the demo. That's the demo. That's what we're looking
overall
at.
though, they have been very, very nice and very respectful.
Well, now you're the big cheese.
Almost.
Big cheese.
But they have been very nice. They have been very respectful. I haven't come across a nasty customer. You know,
Really?
I get the looks.
Really?
Yeah, I have. I like.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen in the New Bedford Walgreens?
You want? Oh my God. The craziest thing?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, there's a couple crazy things if you want to break it down. So I used to work overnights, and
Yeah, let me hear it.
it was New Year's Eve,
Oh, boy.
and I worked an overnight, and
Oh,
it
boy.
was hilarious. There was a drunk couple.
Really?
They
Were
were-
trying to fucking...
No, they were shattered. They were so drunk. They were in the same aisle looking for each other. Like one was on the back half and one was on the front, and they were literally calling each other.
Must have been smoking that shit.
They probably was, but it was the funniest thing ever. And she's like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "I'm down this aisle." And it just went on for about a good 10 minutes, and then they started laughing and they giggled. But
What kind
and
of
then,
shit were they drinking?
all right, number 2 is we found shitty panties
Oh,
in
boy.
the travel section, like shitty panties, not even in the bathroom, in the travel section.
Male or female?
Female.
Oh, boy. Oh, shit.
All right, and then the homeless guy
Oh, boy.
decided that he was mad. So every year on the corner of Route 6 and 140,
Yeah.
they do Fill the Boot, the firefighter.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to my
yeah, yeah,
husband
Fill
and
the
his,
Boot,
and
no
his
doubt.
crew. They do it every year during the festival.
We co-promoted that Fill the Boot, and we may be doing it again. Yeah, that was a big thing in Fall River.
Yeah, it is in New
They
Bedford.
have a huge unfair advantage out. They can stop traffic and walk around with a fucking boat.
Right, so listen.
Everybody's got to give them money.
So the homeless guy wanted to
Everybody's gotta
fight.
give money.
Listen, the
Yeah.
homeless guy wanted to fight them.
Oh, boy.
Like, there was like 4 of them, and he was picking fights because that
They
is
stole
his
his corner?
territory.
Tell them to get the fuck.
But wait, it gets better. So
Beat it.
he's mad. It simmered down. He's still mad. He's drunk. He's mad. He whipped it out and peed all along the wall. I happened to be working, and I texted my husband that day. He was outside doing the boot, and I'm like, "Babe, you pissed him off." I was like,
You pissed them off, really.
"Yeah," and the
You
cop.
really pissed them off.
Yeah, and the guy, no
You
pun
pissed him
intended,
off.
but he was pissed. Like he
Oh,
did,
fuck.
like he's never been disrespectful to us,
Yeah,
but that
pissed off.
day he was. And the cops
He
came and they
sees
was
that
like,
money. He goes, next thing you know, he's going to be out there with a boat.
but listen, they make 10 times more money than he would.
Of course.
So it doesn't even matter.
50 times more.
And you know, and they are really kind-hearted men.
Yeah.
And they were willing to
And they-
buy him food,
And
buy
they-
him
And
water.
they give it to muscular dystrophy, and
Right.
they only do it once a year, and he's
Right.
not driving you fucking crazy. But listen to me. I am a giving soul. I don't need to tell anybody that. I'm done with it. I'm done with the panhandlers.
I
I'm
told
done.
you how I feel.
I'm done with you guys. Did some cold shit in New Bedford. You guys jagged that.
That don't stop them
Their
though.
track. Their
That-
track is like. You see what they did in Bedford with this. With the
yeah. All right. So that doesn't.
Charlie,
stop them.
what's going on? What's going
Hi,
on with these
Mr. Perry.
panhandlers, man? I mean, we got a public relations problem as it is, Jack. And I mean, every artery coming in Fall River or out of Fall River You see that
You are getting hit
you
too.
can't
but
get away.
Our big arteries are hit too. Don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. Like our big arteries.
I know
like,
we don't need that. We need businesses to come in here and you know.
But okay, I have another crazy story. Okay.
Oh boy, I got a fucking.
I just got one more. Okay, so a customer comes to the counter and
boy.
asks to speak to the manager. So I come up and I'm like, "What can I do for you?" She's like,
Hey baby, how you doing? No, all right.
She's like, yeah, bathrooms, they need to be clean.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. Usually when I say that, it's like a little toilet paper.
Yeah, gotcha.
Oh my God. It's like somebody's ass exploded in the handicap stall. Like, it was on the wall.
That's nasty.
Like, how do you do that?
That's nasty.
It was on the walls. It was on the
Charlie,
floor.
that's nasty.
Like, I've learned
That's nasty.
I've learned working in retail that home training is fucking out the window. Like, even working in other stores, like I've worked in plenty other
That's
like
nasty.
clothing retail. The shit you find in dressing rooms. All right, so before Sears closed, I
You
worked
catch
there.
anybody banging in the dressing room?
No,
Really?
no. Like they use the dressing rooms as like bathrooms. Like-
As restrooms, they piss in there.
Listen, we found dirty tampons.
That's
it's just
nasty.
everything.
That's nasty, Mika.
My favorite
That's
is
nasty,
when
Mika.
they take their old clothes and they put on the new clothes.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That's
That's a
awesome.
good
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I see
Seriously.
motherfuckers walk out with 5 pairs of jeans on.
Right, like
I'm like, how you feel? How you pulling that off?
I
Jack?
like the guy that came in and was stealing the Tresemme. I don't know if you know what Tresemme bottles are. They're like
Tresemme.
real
Yeah,
thick
shampoo.
shampoo bottles. They're like
Right.
salon
He'll
size.
stay down his crotch.
Hey, we watched
like
him.
he's rocking that
Like,
8 foot.
It was like 1990. I felt like it was 1992, and the baggy pants were in style because he was stuffing them down his pants, and he was trying to walk with them. And me and my boss, we were just laughing because we were like, "Does he think that we don't see this?" Like,
I know this shoplifting outfit. Some of the girls, some girls that are around my age, I went to school with, that life hasn't been so kind to, and they're so slick with it, man. They got the cutters that cut the alarms. Yeah.
yes.
You know
They
the deal,
actually
right?
had a video. They actually had a video
On how to do that?
On how to do that
Yeah.
on TikTok. So I mean, I'm not surprised, but I mean. Nothing surprises me anymore in retail. Nothing. Absolutely
If you catch
nothing.
somebody stealing, what's your policy?
Our policy is we actually cannot do anything.
Yeah.
We can actually ask them to leave, and then we have to call the police because it's for our safety.
So if they
measures.
rip it and run, they're good.
Yeah, our safety.
What a country!
But it's and I get how they do it because it's
America.
we don't know what these people have on them,
No,
and it's for our safety.
No, I think Stop and Shop's got that too. I think they paid a big lawsuit, $44 million for breaking. It's a huge. I don't want to misspeak here, even though it's a podcast and I have poetic license. But trust me, there was a big issue in Stop and Shop, and I'm not saying it forever, where some shoplifter got his legs broken by a tackle or something like that,
And that's why.
now they walk away.
And that's why any little thing, these people could come back and be like, "So what? I was stealing, but I'm suing you because
Yeah, of course.
I'm injured." You know, so
Oh yeah. So you having trouble finding workers, right?
Everybody,
my
everywhere.
brother is stuck down south, and you know they talk like this. Hi, Michael. Hi, Michael.
how you doing,
Are you trying
Michael?
to ditch me, Michael? Honey, you should have figured that out.
Listen,
a couple
I
hours ago.
love
Are you
down
trying
south.
to ditch me, Michael? And all my scumbag friends did about this little story I got right here. She was a Walmart Harris. Do you know that, Sage? She was a Walmart Harris. Herself alone was worth like $40-some million. Her wealth, just because of the stuff that she had in her name. And her father was the first non-Walton to be president. He was president of Sam's Club. And they make you live in Bentonville. You know that, right? If you're a CEO, or if you're a high-level executive, I'll look it up. Bentonville, Arkansas. They make you live in Bentonville. I've been there. I've been there on a private plane. But I went out to this girl, big redhead, right? Big money, right? And she loved forever. She couldn't get enough of it, man. She was coming down, like not telling me. Like, she was coming
Popping
down
out.
and hanging
She was
with
doing
me.
pop-ups.
I'd walk into like a local shop and a beer bar, St. Mike's, man. And, hello, Michael. How you happen to see me, Michael? You know, I'm
She
like-
was doing the pop.
and then she right? I'm moving and grooving. And then she says to me, Michael, are you trying to ditch me, Michael? That's not nice, Michael. And my fucking friends gave it to me. Come on, you can't go anywhere now. Look, Michael, you trying to ditch me? And for 10 years, I heard, Michael, are you trying to ditch me? And I felt bad. I'm a sucker for that. But, like, all the money in the world. I'm not about money anyways, but she had lots of it, right? She had a lot. I mean, when I talk about she had Walmart money, like I'm talking long money. Like, we could be very dangerous if we had a couple million in the bank here, right? You know what I mean? But I couldn't do it. And she loved me. She loved my friend. She loved me. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I hooked up with another long-lost love that I probably should have married.
Reunited.
No, not yet. No, not yet.
Oh,
Almost. More like
Charlie was right. He said sugar mama. Yep.
No.
He could have, Charlie.
Yeah, sugar mama.
We could have been good.
Hey, Charlie, that would have been me and your sugar mama. It's really Charlie podcast would have a fully funded budget. But no, not more. Like, let me break it down to you, right? Let me break it down to you. It was more like as we lay. We forgot about
so they were the forbidden, the forbidden lovers.
Hey, it's morning.
He was like, he woke up in the morning and was like, oh, shit.
Now
what
it's
did I
time
do?
for us to say goodbye.
Right?
Goodbye,
that
baby.
That was
You're
that, right?
leaving me.
His
Cause
signal-
reality has come and go our separate ways.
Oh, my poor ears.
So yeah, your ears are bad. But let me tell you something. You're lucky I can't sing 'cause I got the rock star shit fucking tight. Don't let me sing.
We know.
Cause I'll die with 3 hookers and a
karaoke
fucking
in a
straw
bar.
up and a straw up my nose in a disco in East London.
Oh,
Don't let me
my
get that. Don't let me get that rock star paper. I don't want it, Sage. Me, you, and Riley would be styling and profiling at Man City, Chelsea. We'll be hanging around with that. We'll be hanging around that owner of Man City with the big oil money. What's his name?
Eugene.
Thank you, Eugene. You always have something kind to say. By the way, live watch party, Eugene. We're going to talk to you about this. All right. So.
Let's get down to business.
Now, where we at here?
With our girl.
Brittany. Free Brittany, right? I told you it wasn't going to go down like that.
I honestly feel for her, and I don't care.
I feel bad for her, too, but she a little cray.
I think people don't realize what medicine really, like, when psychiatric medicine does to you. And especially if you're on for such a long time, it actually makes you.
My high school teammate, I can't mention his name, but very respected and very popular. We were opposites of one another personality-wise, but his family knows all of your family. Do you ever hear that name before?
I think so, yeah.
All right. A little dude, bad motherfucker on the court. All right, and my childhood best friend is struggling with mental health. I know all about it, man. I see it. It is debilitating, okay? But you know as I know, the courts don't usually turn around stuff like that. Now, she may get on a second or third appeal, okay? But listen. Right?
If she has a public offender, I'm telling you right now, they really wasn't.
No. What I didn't like is the court appointed a lawyer for her.
Right, and that's awful.
That's some bullshit.
And that's where I think issue lies too.
Yeah.
They gave her time to speak, but I think
There's got to be some mental health, because we got the Southern Poverty Law Center, right?
Yeah.
For people of color and discrimination and Jews and stuff like that. We have a couple of think tanks where they give you the big time lawyers, right? There's no lawyers for mental health. I would probably think that there would be, and they should take that up because that's big publicity and big donations.
And my thing with this all is, maybe she's not 100% mentally herself, okay?
Yeah.
But I think with the right therapy and the right, help, not the help that's been thrown at her at the hands of her conservationists, I think that she will be fine. For her to be,
I don't
It's
know,
almost
Mika.
like
I've seen
it's
some
almost
videos
like,
of her, man.
of
She
course,
looks,
if y'all in the house, Mike,
I hear you. All right,
24/7,
all right, I got
you have to think about it. You start to go stir crazy. You start to see these videos of her. She has not seen, like, right now, they let her go to shut her up on a vacation with her now boyfriend. But don't think for a second that she ain't on a tight ass rope.
You think got security close by?
Oh my God, security, everything around
How much?
her.
How much cash is she gonna live in?
They said, I read where they give her,
100 million, right? So 120 something million. I was
they
told.
give her an allowance,
Yeah, it's like 2,000 a week.
2,000 a week or something like that, or every 2 weeks or something like that. It's not like what she would her. That's not Britney Spears money. That's for sure.
$120,000 in Louisiana, girl.
Yeah, but you
But I
think
hear
about
you.
it.
I hear you. Yeah. So she can't buy no bag like you got.
I don't get it. Oh, my fancy bag. Yes, I do. Hold on. But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of things that they need to look at.
Yeah.
This girl is crying out, not just for help, but she's crying out to live a normal life. That's all she wants to do. And granted, she is who she is, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I think that the point in time when she had her break, I think every celebrity has a break, and I think hers was just publicized.
Sure. But she was breaking
Slowly in front of the
in
camera.
front of the camera.
And
Very,
okay,
very,
'cause it-
very,
we'll
very,
take
very,
another.
very publicly.
We take another brilliant artist,
Yeah.
Kanye. Okay?
Yeah.
He's had his breaks. He's had his breaks on Twitter.
Sure.
And don't think for a moment that Kim did not try.
You know Kim Kardashian, he was in debt $52 million.
Oh, yeah.
Going into the relationship with her.
Yeah.
And she created a game app, right?
And she
She
pretty
put
much saved him.
Yeah, she created a game app, right? And that's what he made. That's what he sold it for within a year, and he was back to zero.
Yeah. And
That's some stand by your man shit.
she tried.
I like Kim too.
But
What'd you think of her sex tape? I thought it was better than most celebrity sex tapes. You see Paris Hilton's?
yeah, they were both
What?
boring.
I wouldn't even hit that on a Tuesday. Okay.
But back to what we were saying, honestly,
Yeah.
you think about it. Kim tried, and she had to have go through some evaluation.
Kanye, difference with Kanye, he made mental, but he's speaking in front of 80,000 people in church. He takes the LA Coliseum.
And-
you know the crowds that dude was drawing? That's crazy.
But
What a
he
yeah.
came out and admittedly said
Sure.
that is the difference.
Sure.
That he is bipolar, and if you know anything about bipolar, his episodes fall right in line.
Oh yeah.
But I think he wasn't. I mean, he always had it in him, and I think what the trigger to that was his mom's death. His mom kept him stable, and she was his vice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was his coping mechanism.
Well, can I tell a story about you as far as advocating for people with situations and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because I think that you got a little mental health expert advocate in you.
I go to school for this.
I know you do, and I know that's why you talk. But can I tell a story about real story? I'm walking in the West End, ironically enough, probably quarter of a mile from where Mika lives. I don't know where she lives at the time. I'm just walking. I'm new there. Did I tell you the story yet with the teacher that pulled up to me?
No.
Oh yeah, I told everybody. I've said this before. The teacher pulls alongside me. Mike, your name Mike Herren? Yes, it is. She said, I know your parents. I live in New Bedford, blah, blah, blah. I watch my basketball, the same script, right? She says, but I want to tell you something right now. I watch your podcast, and I want you to know that I know Mika. How do you know Mika? School related. I'm not going to get into the finer details on it. Okay? And she says, I want to tell you something right now. In all my years in public school, I have never seen a parent fight more effectively with dignity. Combo. Because some parents don't know how to talk. They come in there, more effectively and maintain the respect of everybody involved like that girl did. She goes, that girl is something special as a mom. I told you the story already.
Yeah, now we did. I thought it was something else.
No.
But it's my duty as a parent, not
Sure.
only as a parent of a special needs child, but my duty as a parent to go up in there and do what's best for my child.
Yeah.
And
it's your duty as a co-host to,
Right.
to shed some light on.
What this is real life, and a lot of people don't understand that people struggle every day, and not everybody's gonna come out and say, "Hey, I'm struggling with this." I wrote my blogs because some people need to hear that they're not alone.
Yeah.
I am bipolar. I've never denied it. I've always came right out on the table.
Sure.
And that's how I know, like, when, I knew when things were happening with Kanye.
Yeah.
When you have bipolar, he is really, like, he has it deep down. Like, he has a really
Sure.
cray case.
Acute.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, so his manic is beyond manic. So when he's telling you he's a god in his mind, that's how they feel. They feel like they are on cloud nine. That's how people feel. Like,
how long is the up and how long
everybody
is the down for?
is different.
Okay.
So you can go, like, right now, for me, I've been, so right before my birthday, I had an episode, but I caught myself. So I put myself into kind of like shelter mode.
Sure.
So for me right now, I went probably 3 months being at peace,
Yeah, you've been at peace for a minute now.
for a while, and then
I think it was your strategy and how you really, you had a nice vacation. You know what I mean? You had a 40th birthday party coming up. You're a homeowner in a beautiful neighborhood, okay, in a great neighborhood. You know what I mean? You got people that love you. Your kids. It was an amazing night. You
and people
feel
don't
good.
understand
pop
that this
pop that chest out, girl. Pop that
and
collar.
and
You got it.
people don't understand with bipolar disorder that this stuff just comes up. It's not something that somebody triggered. It's not something that somebody did. Like, I can wake up tomorrow and have this heavy weight on me.
Sure.
That I just want to cry and I just can't move and I can't function. I literally can't function.
What brings it on? Weather, anxiety,
being
bills.
I'm going to tell you my biggest ups and downs came during the pandemic because I was closed in. You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, because I don't go out much, but being told that I was restricted.
Yeah, of course.
And dealing with
There's some serious fallout from this pandemic.
Yeah.
Americans having sex
I know
at 42% less rate, okay?
Well.
Listen to me, hey, 3 out of 4 people have gained weight, so it's going to help
Listen.
affect their health.
And depression has a lot to do with that.
Mental health, all right,
it's a very
25% of them are suffering from some type of mental health that they never experienced before. There's going to be collateral. Have we turned into a nation of pussies, though? I mean, and I'm not saying mental health is anything like that. I'm just talking about suck it up, buttercup, get on a treadmill, suck it up, buttercup, get some fresh air. I mean...
And a lot of people can do that. And I think a lot of people are experiencing this for the first time and don't realize what they can and cannot do.
Okay.
So I think when it comes to being depressed or being, with mental health, people have to feel out for themselves. It took me a long time. I'm not going to lie. I tried the medicine route. It wasn't for me.
No.
It wasn't for me. I had to learn how to, when that day comes.
The impact the medication makes on my best friend, it's almost like, man, how bad can you be off it?
Yeah. I
Because
listen.
they're not really alive, man.
No, you
know what I
feel
mean?
like you feel like you having an out of body experience and like you are not that person. And for me, I did not want to feel like that. I didn't want to feel like I couldn't function, and I didn't want to feel like I am not there in the moment.
Yeah, sure.
So being on medication for me was like awful. The first medication they put me on, I was having trouble breathing. I was having heart palpitations, so they took me off of that. The next one they put me on.
Is that one of your reasons for not getting vaccinated? Could that be linked into it at all?
One of my reasons.
I mean, that would be a good enough. That would be as good a reason as
one of
I've heard.
my reasoning for not yet. First of all,
You don't have to tell us that. I'm just
no.
saying
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Because if meds that were given to me by doctors affected me adversely, then the next time they're coming around with that shit, I'm gonna be like, oh, whoa.
I had when right after I had my
I got the flu
son.
shot once. I was so fucking sick. I swore up and down I'd
You're
never
right,
get
right.
it again.
When after I had my son, they found cancerous cells on my uterus. So I went through all that, and I went through the testing. I was actually really sick. I actually went down to 82 pounds.
Yeah.
A little fragile, frail me. I'm already tiny as it is, so can you imagine that? So that scares me a lot. I don't know what's in this.
Sure.
And it can make my hormones go a different way. It can make anything go a different way. And I don't care how safe they say it. If I don't feel comfortable doing it, I'm not going to do it.
I'm all about vaccine. Let me tell you something. As your friend who loves you, you stay just the way you are, girl. We got to get out of this rabbit hole of mental health. I'm going to stop banging my head against the table.
We just got to have a whole episode of mental health.
Some hoes.
Yes.
All right, tested Olympians, Mika. I'm a little surprised that you came down on the conservative side of this. You
I
sit
only
right
say
where
this.
Riley was last week, and he came down on it too, man. Hey, listen, if you know the rules of the games before the game starts.
Exactly my point. So you mean to tell me you didn't know that they were testing you for everything?
No, she know.
All right, so and I get she was in a vulnerable
Young
state.
and dumb.
Right.
And full
all
of-
right, so lesson learned in there, and I feel like
That's
whole
a heavy lesson.
to learn. She could have.
Millions, she lost millions.
Trust me,
Millions,
that hurt my heart.
Millions.
I was riding for her, like I was rooting for her, and I think
She
that
got some swag to it too, huh?
yeah.
Like she does her hair a little different. She's got
You
that.
know, I was around for the FloJo era, so I know.
I
You-
know.
so
Go
I
FloJo.
know.
Whoa,
All right, so
whoa.
it's kind of like I think for a black girl like me, I felt like I was kind of let down. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of let down. You were put in a position not only, and I get I'm
You're black, but you're caramel.
I'm a black person, but you're put in a
Cape
position,
Verde Independence Day, right?
right? We celebrated that. Yes.
You mad at the Portuguese for fucking with you guys for as long as they did, or what? Have you guys should give it? Are you guys cool with it?
I mean, now we are, but they still don't like us. So I mean,
Really?
but
Shots fired in New Bedford. Bang bang. Bang bang. We know what Portuguese do with that loves you right there. And there's about 100 of them. So if you get on one of them, there's 100 of them.
When I say like I was let down by that whole situation, it's because you're in a you were put in a position.
Sure.
Like Olympic rules have been Olympic rules forever.
Sure.
They are not state rules. They're not country rules. They are Olympic rules, which are governed
Did she
by
violate
worlds.
Olympic rules or USA rules?
It was
Olympic.
It was Olympic rules.
Okay.
USA, because of the legalization of it, I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah.
The USA
It shouldn't
rules.
matter anymore. So the Olympics are.
It's the Olympics, and
They can rip people off, shake down sheiks for $500 billion.
Yep.
They can do all this bullshit. Every fucking Olympic has been dirty since I've been born.
So
And
I mean,
we're gonna throw the book at this poor 18-year-old girl from Louisiana. Where's she from? Anyway, was she from Louisiana?
she's somewhere down south.
I know she goes to LSU.
But
But yeah, that's a hold on. That's a tough argument to argue with because what? From Dallas. That's a tough argument to argue with, like we rallied did yesterday, because right, she knew it was coming. Right. My issue is, I think the punishment is too heavy for the crime.
I think so too.
And I think that they need to change the policy.
And I said the same thing. I think that they have to change the policy for the simple fact that in some countries it really is legal. Okay, in the United States it's becoming more legal in every state.
I think it's legal and decriminalized in 38 states.
Right.
I think that was my
so
note from yesterday.
that's more than
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
That's more than 50% of the states. So you got to look at it as that. But there's other countries that are really strict on that. You know what I mean? So,
Sure.
I mean, you have to respect the Olympic rules.
Culture when you're there, absolutely. I'll tell you what, this Olympics is going to be whacked. I am hearing no fans. I'm hearing not allowed to cheer, okay? You know,
It's in
I know why the NBA cats are all over there. They're all going because that's a cool place to be.
For them, it is.
That's a cool place to be an NBA player. Believe me when I tell you.
For them, it is. Oh my God, it's life over there. They are like.
I have like
everything.
five ethnically slurry jokes on the tip of my tongue, but I will not do that. I will not do that. Sage.
And they were ripping out, and then Gabby Douglas, a former gymnast.
Yeah.
For the United States,
Yeah.
made a statement, and she was like, "Why are you canceling the Olympics? There's no need for it because that's Olympic rules. It isn't country rules. It isn't something that anybody here can, deal with." And there are a lot of other athletes that are worthy of being watched, not this girl.
No, here.
So, and I side with her for the simple fact of, listen, I'm a big gymnastics fan. I've always been. Why would I cancel the Olympics because of a runner who decided to smoke?
But did they cancel the Olympics?
Not the Olympics, but cancel culture wants to cancel Olympics. There's a hashtag cancel Olympics.
No.
So
And
this
you're
is
tired of black people
I
playing
am.
the race card. So tell me about that.
I am, because not everything
Ding,
is
ding,
about
ding.
race. Not everything is about race.
Bang, 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 bang.
It
No
isn't.
shit. Yeah.
It's not. And they're trying to make
Like
it
my
seem
man Bill
like that.
Cosby, he's not out because he's black. He's out because he's got big pockets and big money.
Exactly,
Okay.
Mr. Perry. And I
Wealth-
wish she just
Wealth
got
privilege.
drunk. I'm with you. I'm with you. She should have
All
just drank her sorrows away,
Now-
because
now-
that's legal.
Now, Charlie, let me ask you a question as a police officer. Okay? I'm going to box you in right now. Okay? I'm going to box you in, Charlie, and I love you. But what is more dangerous for you to come encounter or around the human body, alcohol or marijuana?
Yeah.
You know the answer to that, Charlie.
And
You
that's
don't
what
be
they
running around Cray, New Bevan. What do you say?
It is, and I understand that, but at the same time, the people are bringing up Michael Phelps. Let's be clear. He wasn't in the Olympics. He wasn't smoking while he was doing any of that. He started.
He wasn't getting caught.
First of all, yeah, he was doing something.
Mike Phelps was wild.
Oh
boy.
yeah, and
You don't turn that on and off.
So he came out after the fact that he smoked weed.
You know what the fucking most disgusting thing about the Michael Phelps thing was? And this is what his mother said on 60 Minutes. It was amazing. She goes, so Morley Schaefer thinks he's like going to win a Pulitzer Prize. This woman's a principal in a public school in Baltimore. So she don't play. You ever been to Baltimore? You don't fuck around in Baltimore. You don't fuck around in Baltimore, okay? So she goes, does the actions of your son concern you? Does the actions of my son, a 21-year-old kid, smoking a bong at a frat party concern me? Not as much as you probably think it should, because I have boys and blah, blah. But what does concern me is the people that were around him filming it and selling it for profit, and having the people of that less of character be around him.
Right, they were encouraging him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so if I'm that girl, I think she's going to look around at the Olympian. What's her name again? Sha'Carri. She used to look around who she was with. But Baltimore is no nonsense, Charlie. You got that right. But
I give it to Nike because they stuck by her. But Nike is American based.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So
That ain't going nowhere. That girl's good looking. She flies. She sticks out. She got a great personality.
Oh
You
my
want to
gosh.
talk about a social media influencer? This is her time for this.
You know, and it's sad that I thought they were going to just suspend her for one race. But they suspended her in like.
No. She backed out of the last one. She left. What?
They didn't put her on the team.
She didn't make the team.
They kicked her off the team too.
Still available but selected for the relay.
All right. So let's say this girl is adrift, right? Here's my problem with athletes getting kicked off the teams for marijuana. Because if they're fucking struggling and they have some type of structure, what the fuck are they gonna do when they're alone? You don't want to do that.
So-
and I know that firsthand from my brother. Nobody knows about failed drug tests more than I do. from my brother and the shit that he went through. Are you kidding me? I mean, he tried to get Pete from Iran, China. I mean, listen to me, okay? But okay, so when things are good, you're riding with him, right?
Exactly.
You're selling all those Herren jerseys. Now you're on national TV. Now you're playing Duke. You know what I mean? And you're rolling. You're right. Cogs, But then,
And then everybody wants to abandon her.
And then I say they should own that problem. If they're going to sign you to that scholarship or they're going to make you on that team, don't throw the man away.
Listen, I
Be bigger than
honestly,
that.
in my opinion, I think everything happened for a reason. And this girl's going to come back and whip everybody's ass when she comes back. I think she's going to be the best thing ever. She's still young.
Yeah, no, she is.
So
She's gonna be
the
wild, though.
Olympics will come back around, and let me tell you, I think she's going to be a problem.
Yeah, they have there's major world competitions.
Right, and she's still allowed.
2025.
Yeah.
She said she's going undefeated 22 to 25.
There you go. But why would they kick her off the fucking team? That pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean,
They're assholes.
That pisses me off,
I'm
dude.
not sure if she was on the
Well, they were saying that she was going to do the relay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden
Yeah.
they said she couldn't do any races. So that just blows my mind. What I want to talk about is reuniting old flames.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I want to talk about where did that
All right.
topic come
I'm gonna
from?
tell you something right now, man. I stepped into some shit, right? This is how it goes. They had a fundraiser at Griffey High School.
Okay.
Did you know about that? Real cool. Before it gets, because they're building a new school.
Right, and then before it gets knocked
Before
down.
it not get down, it was called Last Call.
Oh.
All right.
He
At
saw
Griffey
the
High School.
old booze.
So they let people walk around their lockers. I didn't go anywhere but to call you. I don't need to see my locker. I don't need to see anything basketball. I've seen enough my whole life. Okay. However, okay, what it was great to see, and I had bought a bunch of tickets that my friends couldn't go to because of the work shortage. Both my friends own Basic 21 and other restaurants, as you guys know. They couldn't get off because of the work shortage. So I ended up eating the tickets, but I looked at it as a donation to Drifty anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, but it was everybody got together. It was real cool because unfortunately, as you get older and wiser, you see people at weddings and you see people at funerals, and you don't really see them
In between,
like that.
yeah.
You're right. So, and it sucks, and there's no good reason for it. So, I had a few ex-girlfriends around, as you could probably imagine, right? I mean, this is an all-encompassing. I mean, the place was open in 1976.
To be a fly on that wall that night.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, but there's you know, there's levels to this shit, right? And there's probably three probably that got away. That if I'm in a deep in my shit and retrospecting, I say maybe I could have done things a little differently with this one and that one. You know what I mean? We're still best friends. Well, make a long story short, okay, there's some opportunity here. Life happens. Her life's a little different now. And
She's digging. Is
was-
she digging
it
you?
was- yeah, of course. But hold on now. Now it was magic, right? Like you didn't miss a beat, right? The conversation. I'm not saying the bedroom was magic because I have a dilapidated hip, but I gave it a fucking long, concerted, painful fucking effort. Okay. But the magic was, it was real easy, man. It was like we didn't miss a beat. You know what I mean? It was like my best friend.
You just slid right in.
It was
and
my best friend
there
was
no
back.
romance.
You know what I mean? And I told you that, did I tell you that we have my favorite street in the city is Madison Street, right? And that's where all the after hours parties were, okay? This has nothing to do with my situation, but this is where the after hours parties was. Because you know people from don't like to go home if they got a buzz on, right? So now they're like, you know the same thing, right? So now the after hours parties. Have you ever been on Madison Street? All those nice homes. I mean, like everybody talks about Highland Avenue, but Madison is inside it. And it's like the homes better. There were parties at this house, that house, because nobody wanted to go home. So you had one generation of people at one house, you know, and they were all next to one another. And the place there was 500 cars. It was crazy, right? Because everybody leaves the party at Durfee, and it's a mile away, right? So I ended up having a great time, and I really kind of got caught in that rabbit hole down memory lane. So it's good. And then we reconnect a day after. And then 2 days after that, right? But now, right? I think there's like a little no contact period because she's got a life and I got a life. You know what I mean? There are children.
Certain
There
things
are
in
other
between.
things, you know what I mean? Where it's a problem. Serious jobs, you know. So I'm just going to, the thing that I said to myself, I'm going to sit back and let the terms be dictated.
I see what you're saying.
Do you understand what I'm coming from?
Just let it roll.
Yeah. Just
let it
you know what I mean? You know, and you know, we don't need to text every night like we're doing, but blah 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 blah. I made like a thing. I said, listen, man, I'm not looking into this. I'm not saying this. You know what I mean? I'm going easy peasy with this. Because at the end of the day, I don't got a problem being alone. All right? I spent my whole life as a public person, so I mean, I like it. You know what I mean? You guys see me here. I'm alone. People think this place is a fucking walk-in shit show like my 3 other studios been, but it's really not. It's really quiet here. Compared to the other environments that we worked in,
Yeah.
it's
loud,
different.
wild.
It's
Yeah.
different. So I'm okay being alone, but it was nice to feel that way again and know with the right one, you can pick it up and it's real easy. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Can you reignite an old flame?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And no matter if
It's supposed to be a 7-year plan.
I don't think there's a
This
time limit on
this
that.
about me moving out of town.
I don't think that there's a time limit on things, and there shouldn't be. I mean, if it's meant to be, then it will. You know, it will be.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, but let me tell you something.
The way you're playing it is very safe, and that's the way it's supposed to.
Because we were supposed to get together the other night, and life got in the way, and blah blah. I'm like, listen, man, I'm not tripping off this. I'm like, well, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
When
like,
the time is right, you'll.
we had honest conversations.
And
You
exactly.
see what I wrote?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
And,
always-
and that's admirable.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people wouldn't care.
Oh, I know.
So I looked at it as an admirable trait from my mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, once you have kids, I mean, you can't submarine the entire family because you got a crush on some guy you went out with 25 years ago. You know, but they do it. And some people do it with less qualified. You can't do that. You know, you got to be very careful. I think my daughters see me with 2 women, maybe. You know, you better be very careful. As life starts going sour around, you'll understand like the pissing and moaning that me and Mika are doing right now. So you can't reignite an old flame. What's the success rate? I think I'm like a 4 to 1
you know how many?
underdog.
Listen,
What?
I've seen a lot of people that like dated and got married and stuff, divorced and like found other people and then got back with
I
each
have
other.
ex-girlfriends of mine that have, and this is not the girl I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, I want to be perfectly clear. I have ex-girlfriends of mine that said, I hate my husband's guts. I'm divorcing him as soon as the kids are in college, and we're going to Florida, and you're coming with me.
You know, sometimes it happens that way. Sometimes
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes in
Should
relationships.
should you tie it up for the kids though? But isn't that, aren't you doing the kids an injustice? Because can't they smell it that it's broke?
Depends.
There's a song written about it by Blink-182.
Really?
It's called "Stay Together for the Kids." And
Really?
It's about how fucked up he got because when he turned.
Right, you struggle for
The
kids.
psychologists say no, don't stay together for the kids, right?
No,
They don't.
You don't, and because they witness everything. They can witness. They can feel the heat. They can feel that hate. You know, they see everything, every argument, They may not be like right there in a moment, but yeah.
Yeah. And this girl who I'm referencing is like Supermom.
And it's a bad environment to be
Yeah.
in because you don't realize you're subconsciously being like, "Oh, I should stay with someone even if I'm not happy."
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
When you get older, and you're like, "Oh."
Because I remember when we went to therapy and like I didn't want my parents to get divorced, and we were old. I was like, probably like 22, something like that. Like, and my brother was like young, maybe like 17. Like they said, like your kids will be better off if you do now. The sooner you do it, the better. The quicker they'll heal. And they say it's harder as the kids get older, which surprised me. But it is what it is. So I think I'm a 4 to 1 underdog. We're going to monitor this situation carefully. And the worst case scenario, it gives us something to talk about, Mika.
It definitely does.
You look like you were deep in thought this year. What were you thinking about?
Huh? I'm thinking what the LeBron do. That's what I was just thinking.
You hear about what happened?
No.
Oh, there's some dirty shit.
What they do to
There's some
LeBooby.
dirty- Listen, there's some dirty shit, dude. Sage will read it. He's got the access to it.
Sage, what do they do to
hold
LeBoob?
on. Hold on. Let me put the context down. Now his kid lives on the West Coast.
Yep.
All right. They come home for LeBron's AAU tournament. That is a Midwest invitational. So all the good players in the Midwest are there. Okay.
Yeah.
It's in Akron. It's at the Catholic high school I went to called St. Mary's.
Yeah.
So it's all LeBron's thing, right?
Yeah.
Big tournament. The fucking public address announcer says, "Oh, there you go. LeBron's kid got another call from the referees again, okay? Because his father's in the house." I said, I swear to God on my mother's grave, if they did that to my nephews, I would get locked the fuck up.
Hold up. Was LeBron there?
Oh, yeah, bugged out. Bugged out.
My.
Went right up to the guy was in.
I'm pretty sure that guy is fired and getting that job back ever again.
Ever again. What an asshole, huh? I mean,
Listen, his son is actually good.
Yeah, I know. But can you imagine? Now, this is not in Las Vegas where a lot of AU tournaments happening, or Jacksonville, Florida, or Dallas, Texas. This is in his hometown, his hometown high school gym, right? It's like my Herren shootout at a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
My Herren shootout, okay, at Driffy High School. And a public announcer says, "Oh, Drew Herren Jr. just scored again." And the refs will let him get away with murder because his uncle and his father are in the stands. Are you kidding me? That is some punk ass shit. Let me tell you something right now. LeBron should have smacked him in the mouth.
Oh my God, if he wasn't who he was, I tell you what. Woo!
How does the guy? Let me tell you something right now. If that's no better, that guy's not getting out of there.
No.
How does he get out? How does he get out of the gym? What?
He doesn't.
Well, no, because if he did it, we know about it. Was there any repercussions? Any dig in there? LeBron's so powerful now. He can probably kill stories.
Listen.
Because he'll trade him one. He'll be like, "I owe you one. Just let's bury this." I don't want this to keep coming up.
As much as I don't like Labubi, because I don't like Laboob, but that was some disrespectful bullshit.
Yeah.
Woo!
You've seen a lot of basketball. Can you imagine when somebody said, "Yeah, Marcus Helmut with another basket because he plays more than everybody else because all his uncles are here and everybody knows his uncle and he's famous."
Yeah, right.
I mean, like, can you imagine?
I tell you what.
Jeff Correa scored another touchdown because the quarterback's is scared to throw to anybody else because his family is there and they run shit.
Listen, I tell you what, that
That's
person
some
would
crazy
that
shit.
person would not. Bronny is good. He actually can play ball.
Yeah.
I can see if he had no talent and he was a shitty ass player. Like, he plays good without his father there. I've seen his highlights. I've watched.
Yeah, he is good. He is good. But you figure, listen to me, kids are cruel, man. I've seen some crazy shit in AAU. I've been in some crazy shit with your people from the Bedford in AAU on the same side. Okay, I've been down that road. I've done it.
You know what's the worst?
I've seen men lose their mind watching their kids play sports.
It's the parents.
But that is some of the most disrespectful shit. Like that, I woke up pissed off about that. I
think about the time where my son quit. My son was really good at baseball. My oldest son. Yeah. He was getting ready to go to Pony. He was getting ready. They loved him pitching. One parent yelled, "Get him off," because he missed. He fouled the ball once.
Yeah.
I was like, "Get that effing mixed kid off the field. He sucks. We need another picture." I turn around and I said, "You talking about my son?" Yeah, like, they are the worst. And he actually told me, my son said he don't want to play no more. I said, "Why?" He goes, "It's not fun with the parents in the stands."
The parents are out of control today. Like when
everybody thinks their kids are
when I played Little League
superstar.
baseball, man, my parents weren't at every game, man. Like, I mean, these parents, they don't miss practice, they don't miss any games.
They want to fight the coach.
Let your kids swim. Let your kids swim. Let them live. Like
a coach can't be a good coach with you coaching the coach.
Oh, it's crazy.
Trust me.
It's absolutely crazy. But that is some dirty ghetto bullshit.
I would have knocked his
You need to
ass
get punched
out.
the fuck
I'm sorry.
out for that.
Where was his wife? Because I know she's a.
She was holding back.
She's crazy too.
That's his high school sweetheart too.
Yeah.
But you don't think it makes it 10 times fucking worse because it's in his fucking old gymnasium?
Yeah, of course.
Like that is some grimy shit.
In his hometown. That doesn't.
But hey, they said they didn't like Jesus in his hometown, right? He got kicked out of his hometown or something like that.
right.
Am I right about that?
Yeah. And all the things
Man.
that LeBron does good,
Yeah.
it takes one stupid asshole like that to just
Listen to me right
bring
now.
him to a
If
bad
I'm
place.
ever going to catch a case and I'm LeBron James, he'd be a hero. The white fucking hillbillies who hate his guts now would like him more if he knocked that fucking guy out for talking about his kid like that. Because that's one thing I would hope left in this country that is above race and color is your kids and you getting respected in where you're from. That is some dirty, grimy fucking bullshit.
You know what?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
One of the headlines said LeBron James makes a scene at his son's basketball.
They want to see a scene. Watch, they're going to see what me and my brother would have done. You wanted me to see. That would have been, well, LeBron thing's G-rated.
You know what's crazy is I remember when Seth Curry came to the NBA and they were saying but he's actually he's a beast. He belongs there. Like at the beginning, he was not.
Some people didn't think he was.
No,
yeah.
They didn't think he was going to be who he is today. Same
put
shit.
the kid in it, and I believe was it LeBron's tournament?
It was the
Did he sponsor the tournament, or did Nike sponsor the tournament?
Let's see.
It was a Midwestern shootout, right?
It was Midwest team that were playing against the Strive for Greatness team.
They got beat.
Oh, y'all reading? You read the New York Post? That was a New York Post, of course. That said he makes a scene at.
Makes a scene. Like,
I'm surprised that Fox News.
But that's bullshit. That's bullshit that they put that fucking headline there because he didn't make a scene.
Yeah.
I mean, what going on?
Well, you should read the other ones. The other ones are LeBron confronts PA announcer during Suns basketball game. No explanation. Just says he confronts. Right. Why didn't they say that?
The media's dirty. That's some dirty shit right there.
Yahoo
That's some
Sports
dirty
is
shit.
LeBron James halts prep basketball game to confront PA announcer over Brawny call.
Hey, you want the fucking headline? I'm going to give it to you right now, okay? I'm giving it to you right now. LeBron defends family and removes public address announcer. Boom.
There should be when it comes to things like that, especially children's games, there should be no kind of bias, no matter who the hell you are. That kid is good, regardless. Now, what if he went under another name and beat your kid? What you going to say?
No, they lost.
Oh, see? They even lost.
They lost the fucking game.
All that.
I mean, are you kidding me? Are
But
you kidding me?
but that's
Let me tell you something. I don't know what world they're. Lamar's from Akron. It's rough. Believe me. In my world, it's on and popping. And I'm not acting like no fucking tough guy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not glorifying anything like that. But do not go there with my family. You can say whatever the fuck you want about me, okay? But do not go there with my family because it's on and popping, especially disrespectful like that. There must have been 5,000 people there.
Shit.
Like, how did the fuck did that guy walk out of there? That's what gets me angry. How did he walk out?
There were police there, and they made sure LeBron.
They should have locked the guy for being a fucking
First of all, the
asshole.
minute he said that, he should have been snatched.
Who just walked in here? Hey, announce your presence when you come to greatness. Who is that?
Nobody came in. I didn't see the door open or anything. I heard it go. Oh, did you smack it so hard?
I mean, come on. Are you?
Yeah, that.
Who is it? Nobody.
I told you. I think he smacked the table so hard.
Thank God Rob's not here. I'd have to go to confession and I will not smack the table 200 times. No.
All right. So after LeBron, we have two more topics, but
okay, yeah.
Let's talk about sex is down in the United States of America.
Except me. No, sorry. Sex is down. I'm going to tell you why. Look up the stats. They thought it would go up during Corona. It went down. People are gaining weight. People are depressed.
Yeah, and depression and sex
and there's a problem. So
hand
I would bet if I'm investing right now, invest in sexual stimulants. Now let me ask you a question, right? Viagra.
Not those kind of. You need some.
What testosterone, right? What does a 50-year-old male needs?
What
does a 50-year-old needs to fuck like bull?
I'm
vitality like bull.
I don't know, but like it depends on your partner at 50 years old.
No, I hear you.
And like I say,
I don't want
men. Hold on, let's be honest. Let's be real.
I don't want to walk around with a hot on for 6 hours either.
Men are lazy nowadays.
Not unless it was fucking common lecture or whatever. God.
Men are lazy nowadays. Women don't want to do everything for sex.
I'm not lazy in bed. I'll do it all.
Get it together. Get it together, gentlemen. I can see why women don't want to have sex. We don't want to have sex with a man that plops his ass on the couch and sticks his hands in his pants like Al Bundy. Because that's what these motherfuckers is looking like.
I'm out. I'm going to get laid again. Hey, put me on here. See?
No, nobody wants that.
Come on, you don't like
Give me a beer.
You
Give me a
I
beer.
scored 50 points against New Bedford now. You don't like it?
Honestly, if I like, let me tell you something.
You know what I like? We put the debauchery back in Mike and Mika. This thing, right? I mean, this is like old school Mike and Mika.
Listen. So I say this: like, women need like other stimulation.
Yeah.
I mean, sex is down because everybody's fighting. We just got in pandemic mode. Everybody's arguing. No, everybody's tired of
They're
each
too
other.
close to one another,
Right.
huh?
So I mean, that space really means something.
All right. During the Great Blackout and other weather storms, when people were forced to be in the same house with one another, we experienced baby booms in this country. How come not anymore?
I tell you why.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Right before those, you were free.
Yeah.
You wasn't, and it didn't last freaking 6 months to a year. So you think about that, like.
Did your sex life go up stage during Corona?
He pleads the fifth.
Yeah, I definitely plead the fifth. My
Okay, good.
Don't ask
really
me.
like
I think mine is still the. Actually, it kind of.
Does she like Mika? She probably likes Mika. Everybody talks about Mika.
I don't know why I'm crazy. But no, I think that, coming from a woman's point of view, women need more. Like, I swear to God, when my husband cleans the house and stuff, I'm like, oh, let me throw the panties at him.
I swear to God, I've been hearing more and more about that.
Like, oh, you cut the grass today? You did something manly? Oh my God, let me strip for you. Like, they don't understand. It's not about like.
Listen to me. I saw a meme the other day says, listen to me. I've never been more turned down when I saw my husband folding clothes.
Listen, I think it's the age too. I think it's the age, my age bracket too. I think
women are diabolical. I told you about what happened with me after the rape charges, right? Did I tell you that story yet? I had all these socialite women. James, listen to this. Listen to this. This is fucking crazy, okay? Now, I've been around the block, but we're talking about the South Coast. We're talking from Taunton to Wareham, right? And everything in between. I've had a lot of relationships from athletics, a lot of relationships, politics. When I got in trouble for that, which was a fucking joke, we all know that anyway, okay?
He was a bad boy, so them women came out.
No, listen to me. And these women, right, who were fathers were the most important politicians that I've ever grown up with, or the most important business people. And I'm not lying. I showed them Lisa, I think I showed them Mika. Like, these names were heavy names, and these women were beautiful. And they say, do you want to take a walk on the sand in the beach with me? You want to go for a long ride? And I'm like,
that's AKA for.
Crazy? Are you crazy? I've been on the front page of every newspaper in New England for one of the most disgusting crimes in the world. And now, among the millionaire circuit, debutante circuit, my stock is like fucking going up like fucking General Motors.
But I'm telling you, sir.
And no one, believe me, I said to my friends, because I was like, I said, yo, man, you think this is a little fucked up? So I got to cut my guy friend. They said, bang, 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 bang. Like, whoa. I'm talking about iconic names and families that I'll never put out there.
Listen, this is how I look at it for women.
Women are fucking crazy. And I know guys that used to put on fake wedding rings to get laid.
Women are attracted to what they can't have.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, this sort of
I'm not gonna lie. I swear to God, I think
I think men are from Mars and women are from fucking Jupiter.
Listen, because they're stupid sometimes. Listen, I think more women are attracted to what they can't have just because you say you can't have it. And I look at it like this because I think
what was my popularity boost because of the bad ball?
Because
the mugshot, I looked pretty good. I thought
it was
got some exposure.
It was you were a bad boy, and coming from the people that the status of them women,
bad boys, yeah,
the status of them women, you have to think they've probably always snuck around with.
Did I show you the
guys.
pictures? We talked about this off the record before, right?
Yes. So you have to think about that.
I was very perplexed by that. Would that fuck you up?
Yeah, I think it's
out of the blue.
What?
Out of the blue.
I would think it's a setup if
right.
Yeah, nah.
But the way they were coming at him, like seriously, they were trying to hook up.
They were trying to hook up. Yeah.
They were literally trying to hook up.
No, I knew these girls. But I hadn't hung or kicked it with him like in a while. You know what I mean? But in politics, in sports, in little South Coast fame, it's a village, brother.
You would think like nobody would want like.
Right.
Well,
right.
during when that happened, social media, and particularly the females, swung all the way towards me. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, everybody knew it was a fucking bogus deal. But, like, I'm sitting there, but it still lasted for a couple of months, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, this one's granddaughter is fucking coming at me fucking hard. And I'm all fucked up over it, right? Because I'm thinking, well, what's happened here? Like, I chase these girls around, they've chased me around, it's 50-50, you know what I mean? But one after the other. Lisa should be here in a minute. I swear to God, I showed my inner circle of friends and the people that work for me, and they fucking couldn't believe.
And you know what's funny? Okay, let's talk about this. We were trying to set Mike up at that same time on dating apps.
Oh boy.
On dating apps, and the types of girls that were biting on the dating apps were like crap.
Yeah.
This shit happens.
Yeah.
And it was like sugarmama.com.
Sugarmama.com. I'm with it. I'm with the sugarmama.com now.
But
I'm with it now.
Like I think too. I
think my pool is poisoned around here. I talked about
that.
I think I pissed in too many pools around here.
Listen, you gotta broaden your horizons.
Yeah, I am broadening. I'm broadening.
So I think
I'm going older in age, and I'm going further that way.
I think that older women.
There's a single for divorcees in New York City worth more than $10 million. So me and my buddy are thinking,
so listen. So let's talk about this. I think the older women are vicious.
Really?
Sexually vicious.
No, I think older women are DTF, Jack.
Oh yeah, they're busy. They're like where men.
I came up with a Jersey Shore of it. Never in 20 years of radio have I ever used them.
50 plus, they're in their prime. They want to get down.
I'm about it.
They want to get down.
I just need a little step ladder to get in bed.
Once you get that hip recalibrated.
I'm fucking I'm robo-fuck coming back. I'm robo-fuck. I am the hurricane. It's Mika. We can talk all night, girl.
Good night.
It's like Mika the way it used to be. We love it. Peace.
Good night.
That great